Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is Tom Mizu. You're watching my channel, Mr. 14, and I'm here with a review of Basketball Wives, Season 7, Episode 5, Side Boob and Side Eye. Let's jump right into it. Like I said, it was too much going on this episode. I mean, it was the same bantering back and forth between ladies. I mean, basically this whole episode was centered around OG and how OG tried to connect with the girls. So, we start off with Malaysia, Jackie, and OG met together, and they were trying to close. Now, when OG came, Malaysia and OG talked a little bit, and Jackie wanted Malaysia to talk to OG because she's friends with OG, and she wanted them to get along, and she felt like Malaysia and OG would get well with each other. So at first, Malaysia was side-eyeing OG, was saying, "Oh, this girl," and like that. She was to feel her first, but then she said, "You know what? OG is funny," and they said she could have a sit down with her and get to know her. So later on, Malaysia, OG, and Evelyn went there to talk, and they had her drinks. And OG sat down, and she had this like dress on, her titties was out. She had a side cut dress. It was low cut, and then her bang was back here, and she had a thing on. It's like that. As the evidence was saying that, damn, why your hairline back there? Like your wig about to fall off your head, like running away from you. And it was funny because it was back here, so it was like crazy. And sitting there, so OG was trying to understand what happened at her party because for her OG first time meet Evelyn is when Jackie and Evelyn was going at it. And they was looking back and forth, and Malaysia was trying to, she was coming out, Evelyn was the same much, so OG was kept prying and see what's going on, how it's going. I wanted to need to know how the energy feeling, what's the issue. And Malaysia was giving non-verbal cues, like she was coughing and she said stop and all that stuff. And OG didn't know Malaysia, so she was thinking Malaysia being malicious and interrupted her and saying, "What's going on? Why you doing this? You being rude." And she said, "I'm just trying to warn you." And they were bantering back and forth. And Evelyn was not sitting. Evelyn was sitting there not saying anything because she said OG could hold her own. She could. She's not backing down. She would say what she should say. And I don't need any problems. I already have my own issues. So Evelyn was sitting there drinking while Malaysia and OG was going back and forth. So I guess they OG started talking about Malaysia's appearance, and Malaysia talking about her wig or stuff like that. And she said my wig is good. She said no, your wig is falling right behind your head. It's right up here. And then she got up and left. So Cece was practicing kickboxing with her husband Byron, and they was talking, and Cece was saying about this girl. She was talking about her problems with the girls and how she's met them. It's hard to deal with her because she used to be a person who was like to give orders, direct orders to people. She don't like to follow. She used to like say do this, do that, and it's hard to come around with a group of girls because of personalities. And he said I would come home and to tell you about this. And Bible was saying, "Oh no, don't do that. Don't come home with that craziness. No." So he basically tell her that you need to not let things bother you and keep her pushing. But at the end of the day, you can't please everyone. You're not going to be everyone's friend. So that's what we got for that little scene. It wasn't too much. So then we get Malaysia. No. Jackie had this exercise class. And Jackie and Tammy was there, and Malaysia was there for support. Malaysia sat in the side. She was not participating. She just sat and helped Jackie and supported Jackie. And Jackie said her therapy session that she had last week is helping her. And she said it give her time to heal, it give her time to think, reflect back on her life, it give her time to reflect back on her actions and how she can handle things different. And she was given a role, so she said it's play, but she's preparing her role for this play. So she had an acting class, and the coach would tell her say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he said let's do another exercise with the same intent, but you had to be anger with a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being not angry as much, 10 being angry, and whatever number go out, go to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that scale. So she did good. She did the challenge, and he was happy about it. and then they was like doing little scenes with Tammy, cause Tammy's an acting world scene as well, and they was doing exercises, and I guess Jackie did her little, what was it, a eulogy to somebody, and she gave her the eulogy about her mom and everything, and it was it was an exercise practice, and it was nice. And Jackie did a good job. So she sat down and asked what her play is. She said it was, I think it was angry, something with angry in the title, and she said it's a good role. She likes it. She prepared for it. So I appreciate that Jackie is taking her chance to channel her energy for something else instead of being messy or being arguments and do a lot of things that she herself don't feel like she should be doing. So it was good for doing that. But then this was the time that Malaysia brought up that she was having a wig party. Now she said she want all the girls to have a good time, and all the girls to have a good time, to have fun, to get together. But her true intentions was to style up OG's wig, because she said OG's wig was terrible. And this is what Tammy said in her confession. She said, I wish these girls would stop doing that, because they will not say nothing in your face, but when you turn your back, they will talk bad about you and everything, instead of being straight up and honest. And she wants them to be honest and straight up. Now, Tammy, I don't know why you say that, because you did that, do that when Shawnee approached you about it, you have a problem. You flipped it and said you didn't feel like that she's not supporting you. But that's not what you said. You say you didn't like that Shawnee laughed at Evelyn's jokes about Tammy, but you didn't like that when Tammy was talking about Evelyn. That's what you said, but you flipped it when you talked to Shawnee. But that's a different story. But back to this, she felt like the girls, and the girls does do that a lot. Like, I don't know, because when OG left the scene, what OG, Evelyn, and Malaysia sat down, when OG left, Malaysia and OG was going off about, was going back and forth, kicking and laughing and teasing about OG appearance and her wig and stuff. But she didn't say that much about OG wigs when there. She just said that, no, my wig is good, your wig is not on you tight. So like that's all she said, but she didn't really say much. So she was wondering if OG would be wanted to go and everything, and Jackie said yeah, she probably wanted to go. So that's what that. So Evelyn had a meeting with she had to sit down with her daughter, and I think her daughter Chantel. I think that's what her daughter is, because I couldn't remember her daughter's name, but I think her daughter's name was Chantel. Oh, that's Jackie's daughter. I forgot Evelyn's daughter, but she sat down with her daughter, and she told her daughter about her embryos, and her daughter was saying, "Where your embryo at?" Because she was like, "Oh, what? It was in the refrigerator. It ran away, this stuff." And you're joking. She said, "What? What are you talking about?" But she just told her daughter that she decided to let the embryos go. She's not going to use it. She just guarded it and get rid of it. And she was like, "Oh, because it was called sperm in it, so it was already impregnated. It was already assimilated into it. So it would be called your Evelyn baby. If y'all decide to keep it and give it to somebody else, it would be y'all baby," and something like that. So she said she didn't want that, because the chapter of Carl is ended. She don't want to get back with him. So why holding on to the embryos? And so she said her and Carl sat down and talked. I don't know if they sat down and talked, but she said her and Carl talked, and they both decided it was good to let the embryos go. So she met with Jen, and they went out to a beach and sit down and talk, and that's what Evelyn started telling Jen about the embryo, that her car talked, and they decided to let it go. And Jen was supporting and said that sometimes it's when you release something, it leaves the open doors of opportunity for something else better to come along, which is good. Once you close your chapter of something else in your life that you feel like it was for you and it did not happen, it's better to close that and start anew, because you won't prosper if you stay holding back to the past. So Evelyn said, "I had something for you," and Jen said, "Oh, this is wine." You know, Jen loved the wine. I said she just stay having a drink in her hand. So Evelyn said, "No, I have butterflies." And the butterfly was symbolic of her new beginnings, to fly in the air. It's like, since they was a worm, caterpillar, and they come a cocoon, and they come a butterfly to spread out. I guess it was her to spread her wings to open herself out to an outside world and not close herself out to the situation about Carl and just live and be happy, be excited, do what you need to do to start a new beginning. Close that chapter you have with Carl and open a new beginning. So let the butterflies open and fly is her release of her past. It's starting with her new journey. So it was good. It was a good scene. Now, Tammy and OG met up, right? And OG was getting her manicure. And Tammy said that OG, Tammy said she likes OG because OG is a new girl trying to fit in, trying to get in the group. And she knows how it is. When she was the new girl, she was OG position herself. When she came in and she had her own look, and everybody was sitting down, and Shawnee invited Tammy over, and Evelyn and Jen, when they was in their mean girl thing, talking about Tammy when she walked away, talking about her hair and her look and her boots, shoes. So Tammy understand how OG coming from. So she gave OG advice that don't let these girls take you out of your element. They'll go there. I'll let you know I'm gonna be sitting to the side if everything does pop off because you look like you're gonna kill a bitch. Because OG professional, she does professional football, and Malaysia made a joke to Jackie. She said, "You think you slick? You know that you know that OG could beat a bitch ass. So you try to bring her around and see all that stuff." So Jackie said, "No." So that was funny to have that happen. So they talk about the wig party. She will go, and she said she will try her best behavior to make sure she will burn any bridges and they'll go there with an open mind and don't start any trouble. So now we had this wig party. Now this wig party, all the girls of the season showed up. We had Kristen, you had Cece, you had OG, you had Malaysia, you had Jackie, Evelyn, Jen, Shawnee. They all going there. They all trying different wigs. Some of them look nice, and it was nice. It was nice that they tried their wigs and was in their character, having a good time, drinking, and stuff. So OG pulled Malaysia to the side and would try to apologize because Jackie told OG it's your time, the chance to make good with Malaysia. So she sat down and she tried to apologize, explain herself with apology, and Malaysia wasn't buying it. She said, you can tell Malaysia's face. She was like, okay. She said she could keep apology. She said, how can I apologize and try to explain that it was not my intent? So she basically was trying to apologize for misreading Malaysia and talk about Malaysia's appearance because she didn't understand her verbal cues, her non-verbal cues. And I was like, oh well with that. So it was done there. There was no apology accepted. Malaysia didn't accept the apology, so they just moved on from that. That in the midst of them talking and everything, Kristen came in. Kristen was inside soaking and not want to be bothered because she didn't like OG because OG and Kristen had a words last week where OG was going back and forth with Kristen, and Kristen said her husband at home, but OG implying that her husband wasn't home, and he said, "Is he?" And that's a little issue they had together. She don't like that OG brought her husband and her child into the situation. Now, Cece was talking to Jackie. Jackie wasn't giving much information about the party, but Cece wanted to know what happened because she wasn't there. She wouldn't know what's going on, and all that stuff. So I guess in the midst of it, Kristen A got brought up, and Kristen A got brought up, and Jackie was talking to Cece, and they were saying too much. And then when I think Cece went to OG and was talking, I guess that's why Kristen's name brought up, and Kristen stopped and said, what's going on? I heard my name being called. And that's why OG and Kristen's going back and forth, and Kristen said, how you doing? And OG said, oh, I'm listening. She said, you being rude because we didn't talk when we first came in, so I want to acknowledge you now. And I said, if you didn't acknowledge her when we first came on, don't acknowledge her now. That's being shady. No, just don't talk. If you didn't talk to her before, don't talk to her now. So they was going back and forth, explaining the situation, and that OG did twist the truth a little bit, because I would say, OG, that's not what you said, girl. You said with Kristen, yeah, it was, you didn't bring her husband and child up. What you said you said you need to be a grown woman, you need to grow up, you need to understand and think like an adult. You're a child right now. And Kristen said, I am a grown woman and all that. I have a husband And she said, "Oh, where your husband?" He said, "At home with a child." And you said, "Is he?" And that's what it said. Now, she said something different. She said, "Oh, well, you got a husband. You could go leave and go with your husband." That's what she said, OG. But she didn't bring her husband and child up. Kristen brought her husband and child up, but OG implying that, "Oh, is your husband really home?" Implying something was being shady. So Tammy clocked that. She said, "Yeah, that was being shady." You said her husband Izzy was not being home. That's kind of being shady. Everything, and they was going back and forth, and Kristen was commenting about her style, and OG said, "You're being desperate housewife, and you being um, thirsty for attention." Because she said, "You pouring a drink." She said, "I'm pouring a drink because I'm thirsty." She said, "Well, you thirsty for attention." And that's when she talked about her boots, and she said, "Oh well, your thing is out of style. Military is out of style." So they cracked on Tammy because Tammy had a military style army fatigue pants. So at the midst of it, Tammy did her usual self. She got up and leave, and Jen said, "I don't know why Tammy always leaving." And I said, "Yeah, I like Tammy's doing her thing like, oh, who did that before?" It was another reality TV show. They do their scene and they get up and leave. They do not do anything else. They said, "Fuck that. I'm not staying there extra. I need to sit down, have my little minutes that I'm supposed to be here, and then I'm up and leave." But Tammy has a problem with Jen because she said at one point a lot of the cast members was on one side, and it was a Jackie, OG, and I believe CC, and Tammy was sitting there, and I think it was CZ or OG asked. It's just this how it is. Every time she's going, that's how it exactly is. And Tammy said she have a problem with Jen because she said if you're gonna be friends with both me and Evelyn, why not talk to her? Because I don't think Jen even sat down and talked to Tammy once. She was all on Evelyn's side. So this is what everybody got mad at Cece because she said all this argument going back and forth happened because Cece, you started this. You started tension. You trying to be nosy, and then you brought the disharmony between the girls because we were always getting along. So everybody, Cece said, and Cece brought it back to the situation about the happy endings. And I said, I thought that was ended. Because I thought Cece, you was done with that. But I guess it still bothered you. She said, who started that rumor? Who started it? Who started it? And Jen and Evelyn both got mad. She said, what your degree you got your degree on? Are you dumb? Bitch, how many got degrees? How many times we got to tell you? And Jen was getting bucked. And I said, Jen, you all bucked in front of Evelyn, but you was not bucked in front of her last time when it was just by yourself. And I don't understand that. Jen said, you dumb, and Evelyn can't chop it. She said, you dumb, you got all these degrees, and what you get degrees on and all that stuff. You got a lot of Botox in your face because you don't understand, comprehend. And so Cece went outside. Kristen was trying to talk to Cece, and Cece said, I'm done. And that's when Kristen went out, and Cece felt like Kristen not have her back. Kristen said, I do have your back. It's hard to have somebody back when you not defending yourself. You need to go in there and say that, because Cece was going off outside, but Kristen said, why you not say that to one of the girls' faces? Why you doing this outside? And I understand that because, like, you did have a lot to say. If you want to talk, tell the bitches off inside. But it was going argument back and forth. Malaysia going out because it was loud, and everybody started going off out. And while everybody going out, I guess Jen started walking up to Cece, and that's how it ended. So that's the episode of Basketball Wives. Hope you liked the video. Like I said, it wasn't too much of this episode, but please, if you like it, please comment, subscribe to my channel. My channel is Mr. 14, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.